Hey everybody, Town Media Director Steve Brogan here, and I'm back. This is the Tyngsborough TV Live. This week in Tyngsborough, it's Monday, I know. It's beautiful out though. It's a very nice sunny day out today. Very exciting. Of course, I'm Town Media Director Steve Brogan, and as always, you can watch the show on a whole bunch of different places. All the different pages we share it to on Facebook, on YouTube. You can also chime in and ask questions or talk or whatever if you want to on the broadcast as we do them. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can also watch us at Comcast 8, Verizon Channel 29, and at tyngsboroughma.gov on our live video on demand and streaming service. So the Monday show is usually news, what's going on here in town, what's coming up this week. There's a few things coming up. I just had an interview with Joanne Schifris just a few minutes ago, talking about the elections that are coming up. So if you want to find out what's going on with that, you can rewatch that broadcast back down on our Facebook feed if you go back through there, and it'll be up on our VOD in the next couple days as well. But basically, we just went over the list of everybody that's running for election / re-election here in town. Quickly, I'll go through it. So you've got one seat on Selectman. That's Rick Rowe is running for that position. On Assessor, Jennifer Wilson. Board of Health, Michelle Riley. Also Board of Health, Michael Ryan Roach, running to take the seat, replacing former member Jonathan Reaney. There's nobody running for Cemetery Commissioner, so if anybody's interested, there you go. You can do a write-in campaign on that one. For Finance Committee, you got two gentlemen running, Billy Crawford and Christopher Mellon. On Library Trustees, Julie Iatron and Michael Barton. Michael Barton is the new one on that one. Housing Authority, John Pelletier. Planning Board, David Robson. School Committee, you've got Julie Gastucci and a newcomer, Rebecca Stanton. Those are both, there's 2 seats open, so 2 people in there. And then Sewer Commission, Brian Martin, and also on Sewer Commission, Darrell Wickens. So you've got a few people, a lot of familiar faces on a lot of those, a couple of new faces as well, though. So just keep in mind that that's going to be happening on May 14th. So if you want to go out and vote in your election here in town, those are the names that you will see on there. And then there also most likely, we'll find out next after the next Selectmen's meeting, but there most likely will be a ballot question on there regarding funding for purchase of the Tyngsborough Country Club, former Tyngsborough Country Club. I don't even know what we call it anymore, if it's actually still in operation or not. But anyways, that's what will most likely be on the ballot. So keep your eyes open for that stuff as it comes up. Also now getting through some of the news that's been going on the last couple weeks leading up to what's coming up here and just this weekend coming. You've got the Board of Health Fair is happening on the 6th of April. It's over at Tyngsborough Elementary School from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's a whole bunch of different vendors, health-related vendors and so on that will be there, as well as some town departments, other town departments, that is. We'll also be there. We'll be doing some broadcasts and stuff, so it should be a pretty fun day for us. We're going to just try to bring you some different information from some of the different people that are there. So that's happening on the 6th. There's also an e-recycle event that's happening the same day, brought to you by Scout Troop 46 and Girl Scout Troop 6916. They're going to be collecting a number of electronics items, e-waste basically. There is a fee for all of it, but it's being used as a fundraiser for those Scout troops. So if you want to help them out and get rid of some of your e-waste at the same time, there you go. It's a good way to do it. On that note, I'll mention just quickly, Household Hazardous Waste Day is also coming up on June 1st. So anything you can't get rid of at the e-waste day, you can bring to Household Hazardous Waste Day. Also on the 6th, though, there is the rain barrel program where you'll be able to pick up your rain barrels. So if you're one of the people that ordered, we had actually quite a few people that took part in it this year. So there'll be a lot of them there. You can pick up your rain barrels at the health fair from 10 to 12, and they'll make some arrangements if you have to pick it up a little bit later than that. But 10 to 12 will be a pickup for rain barrels that day. And then also the same day, later on in the afternoon, is the Winslow School reunion, where they will they're getting all the former alumni of the school to meet and have kind of a big party over at the Winslow School site. There'll be some food trucks and some music and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's going to be a pretty fun day for everybody that gets to go to that. So also coming up is curbside yard waste pickup. Very, very soon. Mr. Leo, I think he's watching if he's still there. He's our trash czar. No, I'm just kidding. But he probably knows about this. But yeah, curbside yard waste pickup is happening in the first week and third week of May. So if you want to get rid of all those branches and sticks and all that stuff that fell out of the trees over the whole winter, basically, all the stuff from the storms and whatnot that's fallen down, the 10th and the 24th of May will be your times for pickup on that stuff. And then, like I just mentioned, Household Hazardous Waste Day on the 1st of June, which that's a big one. Also, the rec department is looking for volunteers for their committees. The rec department committee, if you or you know somebody interested, possibly, then either talk to Allison Page or let them know to talk to Allison Page. That's a really cool opportunity to get to hang out with one. It's a really cool department. It's Parks and Rec. How much how much fun or not fun could that be? It's awesome. It's a Parks and Rec department. They have all kinds of fun. They do all kinds of really cool stuff. So anyways, it's a great opportunity if you want to. If you want to give back to one of the departments here in town and also have some fun while you're doing it. And there's a couple of really cool events that are coming up in July and August. Field Day ×5. August 25th is the block party again. Plus, there's a number of other events that Allison's been putting together throughout the summer. Tennis clinics and all different kinds of things. Softball. You name it. There's quite a few. I don't know the whole list off the top of my head, but there's quite a few really cool events that are coming up there. So if you're interested in volunteering for the Parks and Rec department for their committee, then talk to Allison Page over in Parks and Rec, and she will be happy to sign you up. Also, there's been a number of work things that have happened at the local trails here in town. Shady Glade has had some upgrades. Sherburne Nature Center's had some upgrades, and also the Long Pond Trails has had a number of upgrades, and still more to come. So stay tuned for that. But there's a bunch of really cool things happening over there. We have some really, really nice trails here in town. Definitely take advantage of them. I've seen posts where people say here's the list of trails, and it's all these trails all over the state or up in New Hampshire or wherever, but it doesn't list any of the things that are actually in Tyngsborough. There's a whole bunch of them. We have 5 different trail systems here in town, so definitely check them out. Check out the trail sheets if you want to see what the story is on all of those. There's a number of trail sheets here you can check out in the building in Town Hall in paper form. You can also get them on our website, and I'll post a link to that in the description, so you can go find that. But all those trail sheets are available to everybody. So also the town beach will be opening up very soon, so that's always exciting. And for any of you park users, the field users specifically, the fields are still closed to my knowledge. I'm going to go check with Allison again in a little bit, but as far as I know, the fields are still closed because of the mud, so they were waiting for things to dry out, and with all the rain we just had, it didn't help. So yeah, so those are still closed. So just keep that in mind if you use those fields. Also, Memorial Day Parade is going to be coming up soon. Yeah, I know. It's already almost Memorial Day. Isn't it crazy, right? But there's the bike and wagon contest, so that's pretty cool. And then the beach opens on Memorial Day as well. Yeah, so lots of really cool stuff coming up. That's all out of the rec department, so just some really fun stuff. Also, I forgot to mention, too, so Best Friends, the new pet facility, well, it's not new, it's been around, but their new building that they just finished is having a grand opening on the 6th of April as well. So there's another opportunity for you to go out and check that out and see what they're all about. They've got some really cool stuff going on over there. And they're also doing a ribbon cutting on the 5th. So that's cool. So the day before they're doing a ribbon cutting. So very neat. Nice facility, too. If you wanted to check that out, I also did a video over there. You can go watch that one where we did a tour through the whole facility. Very nice place. Wow. Really, really nice facility. Tomorrow night is Light It Up Blue for Autism Night. So the Tyngsborough Police Department is going to be lining up all of their police vehicles out in front of the building, in front of the police department, and turning on all their lights for a few minutes in commemoration or honor of the Autism Awareness Month. I'm going to be out there taking some pictures, and I'll try to live stream it at the same time too. It's kind of tough to take photos and like hold a phone to live stream, but I'll do the best I can. I'll try to show you that at least you'll get to see some photos anyways at the very least, but that should be pretty cool. So they're doing that tomorrow night. So if you're wondering why the police department is lit up with blues, it's not because something bad happened. It's because they're lighting it up for Autism Awareness Month. So it's always a cool thing to see them do. They're very, very good about giving back to the community and doing some fun stuff like that. So it's pretty cool stuff. All right, I'm going to take you over to the town website now. First things first, I want to show you this banner right on the homepage here, talking about recycling. So this takes you to a link. Oops, if I can get my mouse to work properly. Hang on. There it is. Haha, there we go. So this takes you to a link, and it's supposed to help you figure out one, how to recycle, like what are you supposed to do, and 2, take you through some of the items, what can and cannot be recycled, and obviously they have a very simplistic list here with just some items crossed out, basically. But there you go, basically how to recycle. So if you're kind of curious, we're going to do a video. We've been working on trying to put something together. Unfortunately, between the 2 major companies that handle our recycling issues, Republic and the name of the other company is escaping me, I apologize, that handles stuff on the back end, we've been trying to figure out what actually is acceptably recyclable. Because of what's happened recently in China with them stopping importation of all of our recyclable materials, they've had to find new places to send the stuff. The market value of a lot of these items has basically been erased in some cases. Certain items that were recyclable that had a use prior now have like either no use or are kind of hanging out in limbo, let's say. So it's been very difficult to kind of nail down exactly what we can do. It's been basically a very big moving target from talking to the girls at the Board of Health. It's just not an easy situation. And they're basically just, like I said, trying to get the two companies to come to an agreement on what is acceptably recyclable. And then as soon as we find that out, then I'm going to bring that to you guys. I've got a bag full of recycles that I've been waiting to like use as my sample bag, but sample items, that is. But yeah, it's been confusing at least. So at least for a little bit of basic guidance, check this website out. It's done by Republic Services. It is recyclingsimplified.com. Again, I'll post this in the description so you guys can go to it and check it out for yourselves. It's right on the homepage of the website too, tyngsboroughma.gov, so definitely check it out there if you don't see it anywhere else. But yeah, it's just trying to unravel this sort of web of what can and cannot be recycled. The how-tos, what how to recycle is pretty easy. Everybody kind of has that, I think, pretty well figured out at this point as far as cleaning things and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's just what can and cannot be recycled. That's been the tricky part, the sticky wicket, if you will. So we're working on that. We're trying to figure that one out. So just wanted to show you that on the website. And going back to the website now, here we go. As always, I pulled most of the information I talked to you guys about, right from the website. So if you ever have any questions, go there first, or you can send me an email and I'll figure it out for you. See if I can figure out what you're trying to find. Street sweeping's happening, as you can see right at the top, right in the news and highlights. There's always a few new things here in the center section here. The photo contest, I should have started with that because that's my contest. If you're a avid photographer or not at all, pros and non-pros are welcome to this contest. In fact, I like seeing the people who are not professional photographers because they often come up with some very creative things and they don't even realize it sometimes. But anyways, the photo contest has just started today, so send in your submissions. Email them to me, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov. Everybody is allowed 2 photos in the contest. There are 2 chances to win. The first one is the likes portion of the contest, where once the submission period ends, I will post them all on Facebook. The photo with the most likes after 2 weeks wins that portion of the contest, and then the remaining photos I go through and I pick a Director's Choice Award for the next best photograph, the one that didn't make the likes. Oftentimes, the most of the time, the best photo, I guess we'll say, wins. But I can't really call it the best photo because there's some, I'll tell you, there's been the Director's Choices that I've picked that I've quite honestly liked better than the likes contest. But anyways, join the contest. It starts today, and you have till the 7th of April to submit your photos, and everybody gets 2 photos, so just send them to me, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov. Don't forget to put photo contest or town photo contest or something with photo contest in the subject line so I can differentiate between that, because I get a lot of emails and sometimes it's tough to figure out what's what. So just makes it easier for me to find them. So yeah, town photo contest, very cool. Starting now. All right, let's go back to the website. Okay, I wanted to bring you to the calendar because there's not a ton of stuff happening. There is, but there isn't, let's just say. There's a Board of Health meeting. Actually, I think this is a work session tonight. That's not even a regular meeting, right? It's a working session. Real quickly, for folks who don't know this, whenever you're looking at the town calendar, if you're ever wondering about some of these meetings, what they are exactly, and, is this a public meeting? Is this not a public meeting? If it says executive session, immediately it's not a public meeting. Those are executive sessions where they'll handle, union negotiations or whatever the case may be, all different kinds of stuff like that. When you see things like this one, like this Board of Health that says work session, that means it's a meeting that there's not going to be any votes taken at that meeting. So they're literally just working through some details in preparation, most likely for another meeting where they'll have a public meeting with public input and all that. But this is a work session, is exactly as it sounded. It's a work session. They're literally just sitting with the board trying to figure out some details and some specifics on things, but no votes get taken or anything like that. All that would have to be done in a public session, so in a regular meeting. So if you're ever just wondering about what's going on with those things. Let's see, getting back to the calendar, we've got a policy subcommittee. That's at the high school, and a school committee meeting tonight, also at the high school, which we will be broadcasting. Board of Library Trustees on Wednesday. Oh, it's Special Collections Subcommittee. Okay. And then on Thursday, you've got First Parish Meeting House weekly progress meeting, which weren't meant to be sort of like public meetings, I guess, but people have been showing up, so it doesn't really matter. You can all go to these meetings. Anybody can go to these meetings, really. anybody who wants to. First Parish Meeting House Grounds Committee, and then also the Planning Board happening on Thursday. So the usual Planning Board meeting on Thursday nights. I don't know what's on the agenda for this one yet. That's not up here just yet, but I'm sure it will be interesting. And then, as I mentioned, on the 6th is the Health Fair. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And as I said, we'll be there as well. So that'll be a cool event. And then back to next week, you're right back into a full schedule of meetings between selectmen meetings. There's an actual Board of Health meeting, it looks like. Yep. And then a Commission on Disabilities in the morning. They've been doing some interesting work lately. Conservation Commission, so on and so forth. But I'll get into next week's meetings next week. We'll talk about that next Monday. So anyways, let's move on to the library. I wanted just to mention quickly the Merrimack River Slam Cup. That's coming up on April 13th. So if you have kids that ages 13 to 19 that might be interested in participating, it's a team event. Really cool, though. This is going to be really a lot of fun. We're going to be working on putting together a really cool set here in town hall for the actual event itself. So it should be a lot of fun. Pretty interesting stuff. And I had the police department website up just because I wanted to remember to mention to you the Lighted Up Blue event that's happening tomorrow night. And as I said, I'll be out there taking some pictures and doing some stuff like that. So hopefully you'll get to see what's going on with the Lighted Up Blue event. So very cool stuff. And finally, I've been reluctant to show this because it's just been disappointing to me anyways. The weather. It's just cold. I'm tired of the cold. Can we have spring now? I thought it was supposed to be warm in spring. I missed those days. But anyways, it's not too bad. It looks like just Tuesday night into Wednesday is going to be kind of crummy with some chance of something. Slight chance of rain, then chance of rain/snow. Hooray. And then Wednesday morning, chance of rain/snow and patchy fog, excuse me. And then mostly sunny. So otherwise not too bad. And then it looks like Friday, maybe a chance of rain in the evening on Friday night, 30%. So not too bad. These are all fairly low percentages, 20 to 50 and 40 between Tuesday night and Wednesday, and 30% on Friday. Otherwise, low to mid 50s. I will take that. That's good enough for now. As long as it's not snowing or raining, I'm happy. So anyways, that's your weather. Hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff with our social media, Facebook and YouTube. It helps us to get these videos out there and keep them in people's feeds so that they see them. Otherwise, Facebook algorithms tend to they squish them down a little bit and sort of make them fade away, unfortunately. But if people interact, like and comment and all that fun stuff, that really helps it to pop back up. So we appreciate that. It also helps to get this stuff out to other community members. To me, that's the biggest part of this. So that really helps to get the word out, so that way at least people get to see some of these broadcasts and get to know what's going on in their town. You can also watch these broadcasts sort of traditionally on Comcast 8, Verizon Channel 29 here in town, and you can watch at tyngsboroughma.gov on our live video on demand and streaming service. You can also watch all of our past content, old meetings and all that fun stuff. So lots of really good information there, especially if you want to keep up with what is going on in the town of Tyngsborough. So yeah, that's about all I got, folks. Like I said, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Questions, sbrogan@tyngsboroughma.gov, and all that. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.